Hey, welcome to the what's it called?
So how many swear words can I say?
None.
Do I have like no, I should have like a quota.
You said 9.
0.
9.
Yeah, that's what he said 9.
I said none.
Nine.
You just bleep it out, right?
This is
Yeah,
YouTube.
like literally just bleep. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know how to bleep. Just add like a sound effect.
So if I say
Bleep. I got you. I can do this for you. We're the creatives. This is what we do. All right, let's try again.
this is an awful studio.
Bleep.
I just want to trash it the whole time. It's gonna be like
I think he's like gonna put like some city or some. Are we like floating
New
on
York.
the River Thames? Are we on New York rooftop in the middle of the night?
We'll be with Drake on the funny
Are
thing
we
in
breaking the
Toronto.
third wall like this? It's a green screen.
yeah.
Our background is fake.
This
Or is it
room
just going to be
nonsense
green?
as well.
It's just gonna be green.
It's just gonna be green.
gonna be
That's
green.
so lazy. Production on this show.
If you actually had it, guys,
Why would you shoot in front of a
those
green
chickens
screen
in the corner
and then
like,
leave it the same?
You guys are wild. There's
Yeah, I think
nothing
so,
in the
eh?
corner.
There's nothing. Yeah.
Oh, is it just lay an egg? Marco Cat.
You're so wild.
I
You
guess
know
who's
what?
in the middle today? It's me.
Wow.
loves
Okay.
chickens.
Welcome to the middle of.
Thank you.
I'm not your host. That's Marco _Cads. My name's Mr. Gwi,
My way.
and this is Zash.
Hello,
Oh, Craft on Instagram. Zash Craft. Yeah, no underscores.
Mr. Gwi.
That's who I be.
Guys,
Yeah.
guys.
I'm just glad to have you here at our podcast. Marco is joining us today. We just like to
Yeah,
thank
so
him.
how-
Bleep!
How's your week, Gwi? Like,
Hey, it's been a rough one, eh?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what day of the week it is today,
yeah.
because I'm not sure when we're filming. But it's been a long week. It's been a long week. Yourself, how long has your how's been your week?
It's been
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
You guys are wild. You guys are wild.
Look, we invited you here. Can you wait your turn? Okay.
Sorry.
So like this is called the Marco
sorry.
Cats podcast.
No, you're very right. I'm actually very sorry.
I'm in the middle of
Yeah.
right now.
So unprofessional.
That's what I thought you said. Yeah,
Hey, welcome to the
Ndoma bloopers of the video to keep people
okay.
engaged.
So we gave you the good stuff.
that
what you
was
needed.
excellent. Yeah.
But we're not that famous.
Now let's
I
let's
know.
flip
The
it
funny,
and
you
we'll
guys
just be
think.
serious.
So this is the thing, though.
Serious.
You guys think you're not that famous, but people my age are like, I love Zash Craft. Like, I like what he does. I like the CraftedMedia Guys. Oh,
know
Gwi,
who
yeah.
these
That's you, bro.
Like there's
People
yeah,
his age.
Like
He's like
genuine.
12, so I don't know how that
I feel-
translates.
12-year-old girls love it.
They love Zashcraft. It's the hair. It's the hair.
Okay, so that's the general chat.
What are the
There are
colours?
questions that were sent through as well that I'm gonna share as well.
questions.
And yeah. Welcome back to everyone who's already been like watching. Thank you for subscribing. Those who need to subscribe, please do make sure to subscribe. And if you're listening, thanks so much for listening. Today, as you can see, we've got a couple of people who are wilding out. Some clowns here. Today we've got joined with us a couple of guys from CraftedMedia. You may know them better as Mr. Gwi or Gwi and Zash or Zash Craft. Yeah, welcome to the podcast, guys. Please just introduce yourselves.
Oh, you've already done that. I'm Gwi.
I'm Zash.
Guys are wild. Guys are genuinely wild.
What do you want us to say?
No, just a bit about yourselves.
I like
really.
long walks on the beach.
June 15, 1986.
It's a good year.
Mbuya Nahanda.
And
The
cronies.
hospital, not
Not the person.
Oh, not the person. Okay.
the
Oh,
hospital.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Maternity.
Not the statue.
No.
The actual hospital.
Yeah. Although she does come into real prominence in this story later on.
Oh, okay.
There's a real back and forth that we had. Yeah, and got confused.
She's a feisty one.
She got really confusing at some point. That age is, she's messy. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying is that she's
Wild.
messy.
Hectic stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm Zash. I'm a photographer. Do you know that as the years go by, it becomes more and more the wrong term. It's
100%.
Yeah. I'm a creative person.
Yeah.
I think they'll come up with a name for people like us, like maybe like 15 years down
When
the
we're
line.
dead.
No, but
15 years, you hope you're dead.
Look. The way 2020 went, the way 2021 is going.
We don't know.
Who knows where we'll be in 15
I
years?
don't know how you try and live your life, but in any,
Hoping to be alive.
it's like there's no breaks. So,
They're just full on gas.
so
June 15, 1987.
Wow.
Not Buyanehanda, but at Avenues Clinic.
I
I don't know how she rolled.
Some people admire me to
Hey,
be born in.
Look.
Yeah, I mean, I was even more than happy. You know what I mean? I was pains, but
By the way, my name is Gwinyai, and his name is Ngoni Zashi.
Yeah.
And he calls himself Zash. Talking about Avenues Clinic and Buyanehanda.
Do you know what? Everyone says I call myself Zash. Do you know what? I want you to rewind, and every time I have said my name, I have said Zash. I never say, because my name comes from Zashi. So it's
Zash.
Zashi. It's Zash. It's not
Zash.
but everyone, I don't know, everyone has their own salad dreams that they want.
Fancy salad dreams.
Yeah, I don't know, salad aspirations or what is it? Zash. It's
Do you ever try to call you Zashi?
once.
Or even like Zash?
Sounds like
I
Zaz.
think once, yeah.
Like
Like
Salsa.
salsa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember at school there was like Zash was a popular one. I think even Mankunule, I think he goes by Zash.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why Zash
Zaz,
works
yeah.
better for you.
Yeah.
So if you
But I
picked
don't
it up,
mind.
we actually share a birthday, 12 months apart,
Yeah, boy.
and I guess like distance, the burbs and the hood. So the distinguishing factor as well, I guess. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, I'm just throwing out the facts here.
Yeah.
And you had the avenues. There's levels to this.
Some had silver spoons, others had plastic.
There you go. Others didn't have spoons.
Spoons of that.
But yeah, that's basically who we are. A couple of guys, creatives. On your passport, as a photographer on your passport,
Yeah.
like your occupation.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, yeah. I think mine also says photographer. But I'm more of the videographer of the family. But like he's saying, that doesn't really describe us well.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we do a lot more than that and a lot less than that.
Yeah. I think I was only, in fact I wasn't joking at all when I said I think they'll come up with a name for it.
Yeah.
Like some 15, 20 years from now. Because I think like the path to becoming a creative type of person got democratized like over the last like 15 or 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
So then like even us like I feel very comfortable saying that we have no business in the industry that we're in right now. Like, as in like from a traditional standpoint.
Yeah.
Neither of us like went to school for it, or neither of us were like I think we were just,
Train per se.
yeah. I think we were just very obsessive, and we liked making creative stuff. And I think even now it's kind of like I think we still have, obviously we're still doing videography and photography, but I think we're both also doing other creative things. I think it's the creative side is the main thing.
Yeah.
And that's, I guess, like what we learned from being photographers and videographers is now kind of
Getting
filtered.
into all these other things. And
At least that's how I feel. Maybe I'm speaking for you.
No, you're right on. You'll learn that Zash is really smart.
Yeah.
Like the way that it looks contrary to what you see. A genius.
So he doesn't look the part, but
Google a guy called Wale Soyinka. That's like what Zash is gonna look like in this 15, 20 years when they figured out what to actually call him. Yeah. No, he's very succinct.
He's got it.
He got it. That's who we are.
no,
Creatives.
that's dope. And I mean, you guys mentioned or said that that's not where you started. Where did you start? Where did you start before, like getting into photography and videography?
I spoke first.
Yeah, he asked us both though. He asked you first. But it's okay. I have a science degree actually. So
As he talks about me being smart.
look. So yeah, I have a biochemistry and a microbiology degree from that was not even English.
No, it wasn't.
But anyway, I have a degree.
English aside.
Contrary to, it's not an English degree, from University of Cape Town. Studied that, worked in a lab for like 2 weeks,
Yo.
and then I quit. And I was like, nah, this is not my life. I can't do this. Fast forward maybe another
I was
3
like
or
2
4
weeks in,
years.
like all those 3-4 years. Of
This
uni?
ain't it.
Nah.
I knew very quickly. How we actually met Zash had then started doing a bunch of stuff. Then we had a common friend. We were like name dropping. Is he like famous like that? Simba Tiggs. Yeah.
I see my dogs, yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah.
And Reverb 7.
I reverb, let go the tune.
Here we go.
They were like, yo, you guys do this thing.
Yeah.
Zash, can you help us do this? Gwi, can you help us do this? And then we came together and we worked on this project for the first time. A music video called Honai. I think it's still online, no?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it on YouTube?
I think so. I think so.
I think if it's on YouTube, we'll
Put it up
somewhere.
Do we want you to do that?
I don't know.
They need to know where people started.
As a rule, if the work is more than 2 years old, we hate it.
like fact. But yeah, so literally met on that. I was like, oh, you're kind of cool. He was like, hey, you're not too bad yourself. You keen to do this together for other things that we're going to do? I'm like, let's give it a go.
Yeah.
And then literally from there, we then built and developed and started a Kanban.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like,
Media.
Like I definitely, I know, like, I have no career if it wasn't for Reverb and tags.
Symbiotics.
Yeah, and so I remember, I can't remember what project. I feel like Honai was the first project that we worked on. Was Honai the first project we worked on together? Were we now a unit?
No. So
There was something else that,
Was there something else before?
I feel like there was. And then it was like being suggested, like, I think you guys should work together.
Like you do well.
Yeah. And it was like, yeah, I think,
What was before when that?
I don't know, but we
Black
were
was
always
after
doing,
and then-
yeah.
So
We
there's
were
a thing
always
about
doing,
age.
yeah.
You forget things.
Wow.
For all your 12 years, there's not much for you to forget.
Yeah.
Whoa!
You're good, bro.
Very true.
You're all right.
Oh wow!
It's actually very true.
What were you doing before you met Papa Gwi here?
I think I came out straight from the degree and I went straight into photography. I went to school I went to business school.
Yeah.
Can I
Bleep.
be nonsense?
Okay.
No. Like,
Go for it.
Douglas Mumford sold us dreams.
My
Because
days.
Douglas Mumford, not in a bad way. Like, there was like
Dreams can be good.
yeah, dreams.
Buy them.
But like I remember, like I kind of wanted to go to business school. I didn't know for what, but then I remember really looking up to Uncle Doug, and he was. I mean, I guess even now, like you would talk to him about marketing. He was so passionate about it.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to go into that. So I went to school for marketing. My specialty was marketing research.
Yeah.
And so then I was supposed to come back here, and then I was going to go back to photography school. I never ended up going back to photography school because of Zimbabwe. And then when I came back, I was trying to find things to do or whatever, and I couldn't find anybody who was in marketing who had any kind of job security, or like, this was like 2012, like, remember, like salaries might come 1 month and then, you know.
The next month, we don't know.
Yeah, next 3
Going
months.
off vibes.
Exactly. And then like even to do exactly what I was doing, like which was like marketing research was just basically looking at spreadsheets upon spreadsheets of data and then saying, I think we should make this product. That's not how marketing works in Zim. In marketing, it's like a few guys sit around a table and then they're like, I think this idea would work.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah,
let's do that.
Yeah.
Drop a budget. Propose it.
They just send it through.
Yeah. So yeah, photography was a hobby. It was something I was obsessed with, and so then I was already planning to go to photography school, but I'd already bought some equipment. So I was like, let me just try with what I have, and yeah, I was working for like a couple of months here in Zim, and then yeah, it must have been a couple of months because I'm pretty sure in 2013 we were working together.
Yeah.
And I came in July 2012.
Crafted Media established 2013.
No, that's really dope. And I think Crafted Media, is it just the two of you? Is there more? Is there less? Well, go on.
I'll let you answer that one. Is there more? Is there less?
So I think
Tell us.
I think the core of Crafted, there's always 3 people.
Okay.
It started with myself and Gwi, and then my now wife joined us as a what's it called, as a graphic designer, and so then that kind of filled out our audio visual sort of like.
So you had the whole thing, the
Exactly.
photography, videography, and graphic design.
What we really wanted was someone else born on June 15th.
Yeah.
But you couldn't. You had to
We
settle
couldn't, like,
for.
we had some options.
his wife.
But I mean, look, she's married to him.
By the way, we share a birthday with the realest in the game, Ice Cube.
Oh, okay. So, are you trying to give him a shout out right now?
Look, Ice, I mean, look, what I'm saying is, we got this company going. I know you've been doing your thing. But look, Ice, come through, bro. Come through.
Right along 3.
However, whatever number you want, Ice,
Yeah.
we'll ride along.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Come on. Come through.
There you go.
No, wonderful. No, that's really cool. That's really interesting to hear how sort of about like, you know, the different parts and how they've led to this thing that you enjoy doing. And you've been at it for a little bit of time, a fair amount of time. How do you guys keep going? I mean, obviously like the industry grows and changes, and how do you keep up? And also how do you keep sort of established and have yourselves being Crafted Media and not joining what everyone else is doing?
This is actually our last thing as a company. So I'd like to announce the end of Crafted Media. It's been good. We failed to make it. To keep going in this environment and setup.
Yeah.
How do we keep going?
Yeah, and how you set apart?
Be flexible, I guess.
It's a good answer. It's a good answer. Good quality to have. I think we just always. I think the nature of our industry requires you to continue to adapt. So I think because it's so closely connected to technology, so closely connected to the shifting landscape of even how we as humans interact and relate with things, there's always a requirement for us to shift and to adapt. So something like 2020, where the whole world they now had to shift and adapt, it's kind of something how we've always worked and handled, and trying to figure out how to swindle people out of their sheets is our daily bread. So you have to shift and you adapt and figure out how to do new things. So at some point, Crafted Reality, where we're big on augmented reality and virtual reality, and it's still something that we're very much interested in to continue to do. And if you think about a typical graphic design, videography, and photography setup, has nothing to do really with that, but it's one of the things that we had a passion for. We delved into, learned, researched that obsessive character nature, then actually did a few projects that outworked that. So yeah, I think it's just being flexible and staying adaptable,
Relevant.
seeing what's going on and making it happen.
I don't know about relevant, but like, I think it's just because I think being relevant is actually a trap.
Okay.
Because I think, how do I put what I'm trying to say? I think there's a sort of, especially like in the African creative space, there's a sort of rat race kind of thing where we're always trying to play catch up and we're always trying to like do what's going on outside. And so like you'll find, I feel like at any given point, you'll see like a trend either in video or photography or graphic design that it's like one person starts it, then everyone longs on, oversaturates the market, everyone's tired of that idea, and then it's like searching. Yeah, and so like I think being consistently creative, I think is an important part, but I also think it's like, I think you need to have a through line, and I think that worked with us. Like I think we had it as a joke in the beginning where we like said like create, destroy, craft. Like that was kind of like how we went about everything. Like where our whole idea was like dismantling and trying to find a new way to make things better. But the other thing is that as an idea, it works at any time.
Yeah.
So it rather than like saying like, oh no, we need to use these cameras, we need to use this, or we need to use that. There have been times when we haven't had the best equipment or or whatever. But I think it's the process that we've kind of tried to take on. Yeah. I think that has kept us kind of
going and just
Yeah, because I think maybe to put it this way, I think relevance often then ends up being reactive. So if when someone is trying to be relevant, they're almost always reacting to what's happening,
you're not sort of
to a specific
setting your
thing,
own pace,
as
and
opposed to being one that actually
that's really good. And sort of, I mean, you guys work with corporate companies and also sort of the more by corporate I mean, you know, your businesses or whatever, but you also do like artsy type of collaborations and stuff. Do you have things that you prefer doing, or to you it's all just like a whole, we're just doing this and having a good time?
I watch TV. That's like sit at home, just like watch good shows. That's what I
then work.
prefer.
You just play some PlayStation, you know.
I think it's been interesting. I think it's been hard because corporates have the money. You then also you need to do jobs, to do work, to get paid, to buy good equipment, to live, to eat, and that sort of stuff. So it's always been trying to then bring in, so we're also not your conventional media company. So when a corporate comes to us, I don't think they're always expecting us to be in the boardroom in a suit and a tie and to pitch this idea that's going to move
even on that. I think
way.
there was a time when I was back here, I think we went to a meeting together, and I think Zash went in joggers, and I was so confused. I'm not gonna lie. So like I went to them, right? So I went in joggers, and I think he had slides on, and we went to like a full, like a proper business, and I was like, but guys, and they're like, no, this is us. If they want the real thing, they get us, or they get nothing. And I was like, alright, creatives, I suppose.
Make us sound so gung ho. We're just ignorant, bro. We knew better. Would have been that suit and tie.
Could have worn a shirt.
Would have been in the game.
No need for a tie, but just a shirt, you know.
I've definitely been in meetings like. I feel like we've both been in where we go in and maybe we're chatting with other people or presenting in the same meeting, and then like we get in and then we have our own thing lined up that we're gonna say. Then we hear these guys talk and we're looking at each other like these owns changed up quick like.
Who are these guys?
These are different peeps. But yeah,
But I think it's also worked in our advantage in a lot of circumstances, situations. Like I remember actually sitting with the CEO of a company in the board meeting, and he walked in, and some of the feedback we got later was like, he knew we were the guys because he saw that guy with the big hair, and he saw this guy with the big beard, and he was like, yes, those are the people I want us to work with. Forget all these other ones.
It's like, no. They look like creators. Those other guys, nah.
We're going with those guys.
It's like what they say, I don't care.
Yeah.
But the guy had big hair. Yeah. No, that's dope.
So we do work with corporates to try and bring in a creative element and try and make it more than what they would normally expect. In that we also do work with, I guess, regular Joes. Like we do passion projects various different things, product shoots. Yeah, we bring dreams to life.
Come on.
Dreams are not always bad. Buy them.
It's just
Contrary to
it's a running
what
gag.
was Zash there. Cool. I think we're just gonna get into a bit of a question thing.
You guys
questions
questions
are sent
some
in.
actual questions?
Yeah.
Wow.
The people sent some
That's
questions.
crazy.
So I think one of the questions here was
Yes.
it's not even a yes or no question.
Oh, okay.
then no.
That was genius.
True or false? True or false? No. Okay, so what's the hardest
Wednesday.
part? What's the hardest
gonna
part
let you finish.
about being creative in Zimbabwe?
Beyonce had one of the best albums of what year was it?
2016.
No,
Lemonade.
can't
When
really
did he do that? I feel like it's 2004. I want to say 2004.
Did you say Beyonce?
Yeah. Were you born yet?
Guys.
Sorry,
That's what you get for asking such questions.
B. Sorry. What's the
Bridget,
hardest one?
what's the hardest part about being a creative in Zimbabwe?
Zash, that's yours. Being black. Sorry.
I mean, in certain circumstances, it's not
too far from the truth.
Yeah, it's not too far from the truth. I think it's
Oh, by the way, with these questions, we generally go like bam, bam, bam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we try. They're like quick fire questions.
Oh,
Right.
this-
Ask it again. Let's try that again. Rewind.
30 seconds.
Go. Have you thought of the answer yet? Or do you want me to go?
You go. You go.
Oh,
You go. Yeah. All right. I have something.
Okay, go. Ask it again. Let's just pretend that didn't just happen.
What's the hardest part about being a creative in Zimbabwe?
I think it's
Buzzer. Bang.
I think it's bam. I think it's staying motivated and being realizing that you have something of value and sticking to that and keeping that like that confidence. I think the confidence is a big one.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have something you want to?
Going with his answer. Going with his answer.
No.
Doubling down.
Yeah. You
All
have
or
to-
nothing.
You have to answer the next one now.
Okay, it's quick, fast as well. You're asking too slow. You're asking too slow.
Well,
Come on.
you've already answered this question, but it's like, are they self-taught?
Yes. I taught myself. He taught himself.
Not that quick.
No, but on the real, I think most of the self-taughtness, I don't think anyone is ever self-taught. Maybe the drive or the motivation comes for yourself, but you're always learning from other people. So there's many there's many YouTube channels I could point you to that taught me a lot of stuff that I know. A lot of people's biographies and looking and watching other people's work that taught us a lot of the stuff that we know, even from each other. There's a lot of things that we've then learned from each other.
You're chilling
about
together. Ooh, Zash, what are
various
you
things.
doing
There's also some good, like, what's it called? I think there's some good. We've had a couple of good people who've taken us through, like my olden Dallas.
Okay.
Like just showed us the ropes.
That's dope. That's dope. And with that being said, what do you enjoy most about your career? I thought that was a bit of a challenge.
Working with Zash.
I'm so happy whenever I don't see him anymore.
The lockdown must have been a good thing for you. Eh? I'll video call you. Yeah.
I think it's you know, my mom had this thing that it kind of ended up being like a prayer over our life. I can't remember where the verse is from, but she was like, "Your gifting will take you before kings," and I feel like our career has opened so many doors and experiences for us that I don't like. Normally, I don't think we would have. There's no way we would have been in those spaces. Know the people that we know, be around the people that we've traveled to the places that we've traveled. I feel like we're naturally curious people, and the job has been a way for us to indulge that, and it always comes through. Like we're always learning new things, finding out new things. it's a gift.
That's
Definitely,
dope.
definitely. We'll go with his answer. We'll go with his answer as well on this one.
Oh my days.
Remember when we like drove across like Africa?
We really did. We really did. I remember we
Make it
drove-
sound like going from like Cape to Cairo.
Hey,
You're
look,
like, hey.
we might as well have.
we drove through Malawi with a car with no air conditioning, and
It was wild though.
all the windows were down, and was still like driving through a microwave.
So like 20 degrees in the car.
That's wild.
It was madness.
That's yeah. No, I wouldn't wish that upon anyone.
No, it was great though. Like
I mean, the
like,
heat's like yo.
The heat. No, but you know what? I think there's certain things. I think some people, like for example, like if you want to go travel somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Everyone talks about like when they're at the seaside and when they're doing this and when they're doing that, but there's also like an 18-hour stretch where you need to do customs and you need to do all this other boring, like there's
Yeah.
stuff, there's a price you pay for all of this sort of
The
stuff.
in-betweens.
Yeah, and so like for us, like it was like the price we paid to see like we saw Salty Soul before they were Salty Soul, like you know, like and the price we paid was a trip through a desert, and
Yeah.
I think it's a decent price, you know.
Yeah.
They still wore like leather.
Yeah,
Leather
all
pants
black.
and like leather jackets and.
They're colorful now.
But back then. Yeah, no, that's cool. That's really interesting. I think that's dope. I think even the fact of sort of, I think I've got this saying that I say that part of the promise is the journey. So part of getting there is the whole process and the journey. That's
100%.
That's really interesting. Hey, I think this is the right question.
Part
for
of
you
the
guys.
promise is the process. Get those P's in there. That sounds.
Is that the
Got
first
you.
thing you coming out now?
No.
Gotta have the
Mr.
alliteration and the the
It's
rhythm.
gonna rap. It's gonna go.
The stickiness.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Divine threes.
Fair. What's it like working as besties?
We'd have to find some besties first. No, I say that jokingly, but like honestly, like we weren't friends before we started working together. Like we kind of knew of each other. Like that guy existed, and then I think we were pleasantly surprised. Like and then working together, like you're a cool
decent
dude.
human being.
You know, you think like this, you work like this. This is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I think our friendship has grown and developed as we've worked, and I think it's pretty great working as besties. Yeah.
It's been fun, man. I wouldn't trade
Like
it. I love
legit.
you, man. I really do. Yeah.
Do we hug now? Oh, social distancing.
Distance. Don't like to be touched.
Seems like one is more keen than the other.
I'm just hands.
Like I said, I think lockdown did him good. The guy was like, no. It's like, hey, can I come? No, it's video call. Don't come over.
Zash, this is just a role Zash plays. Zash is so loving.
Off camera,
Such
he's
a good
all.
dude.
Oh,
I
God.
just
Don't
said
about
I
it.
just said I loved
did.
him. I
You
just
did.
said
No, you
that.
did.
Yeah.
You acknowledge. Just not a physical
Rewind
touch kind of guy.
Rewind that.
Yeah.
Zash loved me.
Just not a physical touch kind of guy.
Yeah.
Those
We
responses.
can't say he loves
Thank you.
me. So then yeah.
Can't vocalize.
No. Tell a man you love him.
Toxic masculinity.
In the middle of it. That's what we're here for.
And I think one of the other questions that has come through is,
You think, so you're not sure if this is one of the other questions that has come through.
Making it up.
going to be having
That
this
screen is
episode
blank.
ends. Y'all are wildin'. Gotta swap you out. The creative isn't a fixed income industry. So how do they approach money and living? Standard. Yeah.
Some heavy quick fire questions here.
Yeah.
The creative isn't a fixed income industry. How do you approach money and living?
Yeah.
In a nutshell,
Do you like eating?
get the big deals, make a lot of sheets,
Yeah.
and spend time spending it.
Yeah.
Spend it over a long
Don't just
period
eat it
of
all.
time.
I think this is.
It's like y'all will enjoy August
actually
to December, then after that
Yeah.
you're like, I'm hungry. You know?
I feel like that isn't it's you can't answer that question quick fire because there's also so much we learned like so for example you could say that it's not sort of fixed income sort of thing, right? And
Yeah.
that which is 100% true.
Yeah.
So then there was like there were two attitudes. One which we've switched to now, I think, but in the beginning it was just like whoever is going to give us a chance, we're going to do stuff for them. And I think there is a level that you need to do that, where you'll do some jobs for free and you'll do certain things. But then you start learning that like part of what the payment is payment for the headaches you're going to have to go through. So then you then start saying like, okay, fine. You now realize I'm not going to price this, and you start getting less afraid to say this is how much we cost, because it's I had a mentor of mine who told me like there's no such thing as a discount. If the client isn't paying, then you are.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Someone's always paying.
yeah. So I think the financial thing is a really important one, especially because I think a lot of creatives who come into this, they're coming into it has been subsidized.
Yeah.
And what I mean is like maybe they had a camera that they thought, oh, I'll start with, or they already have a computer, or they already have that. So when they're pricing, they're pricing just for their labor
And not the
and not for
equipment
the
and-
equipment and whatnot. So like there's a lot of things where I feel like there's a fallacy in Zimbabwe where people say that, oh, creative work is cheaper in Africa, it should be cheaper. But just like if we're just to look at it like just plainly, there's no way that it could be. It costs more for us to get equipment in here. It costs more for us to do things like pay for softwares and stuff like that. So it's gonna cost more.
Yeah.
And I still think that there's like that's also what I said earlier about the confidence, just sort of like knowing that what you do is worth something, even if you didn't go to a school for it, or you didn't pay for it. Just pricing. Sorry, that's a really dense question. I feel like that question itself could be
a lot.
Could be a whole
No, true.
podcast.
Yeah.
Because even from like a practical level, we've then worked very hard to make it a fixed income kind of setup.
Yeah.
Even though jobs come in sporadically and they have different values and different amounts, we've then had to grow to a place where we can then try and structure, and it's worked in some seasons and not so well in others, to then structure like a salary setup
Base,
where we let the amount build up and we pay each other salaries because we are continuing to build a certain capital base, etc. So in different seasons, it's looked different ways, and we've then had to grow to try and make it fixed so that we can then also plan and live and structure our lives, and also then, like you were saying, replace equipment, because that's probably the biggest expense that we face to then continue to adapt and be on be on par with our expectations and the things that we're trying to achieve and do.
Yeah. Wow.
Back to you.
I really.
I think I can hear the lights. The lights, they sound okay.
Huh? Hey,
The lights sound okay.
sound alright.
Okay, and I think this is my favorite question so far.
Yay!
Ndevu and hair tricks.
So we're probably the worst people to give advice on this, because my beard care routine is soap and water. Zash, what's your hair care?
Be born with it.
Like literally, like we have conversations. People are like, how do you do that? Well, it grows. And then I trim it when it gets too long.
I eat 3 meals a day, and
So I think on the real, they'll probably, maybe for me, maybe lifestyle has added to it. And I've noticed though, like different climates have like different effects on like your hair. I think we just unfortunate that our environment in Zimbabwe is a certain way. But like thousands are in Durban, in South Africa.
I mean, you flourish.
My beard flourishes. Huh? It's probably like the best beard years of my life. I keep the humidity factors in, and
you know what?
Like, it's a
I
whole
get
thing.
that though, because like when I was, because like.
Oh, do you? Tell us more.
I bet hair. So like I'm in Malaysia for uni and it's humid all the time. But I found like my hair is like it grows nicely.
It does the
It's-
things.
Yeah, it's not dry. It's like just legit. Zash, do you have any
hair tricks. We know your wife is all about the hair things, and you know.
Like
But,
my wife braids my hair, but like to be honest, like she gets on me a lot about like, oh, you don't oil it enough and like all of that sort of stuff. I'm blessed. That's really
That's all it is. It's,
That's all it
Can't
is.
take any credit.
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
No, that's dope. That's dope. No, cool. I think even
Or should we
with-
like plug some hair care products? Like if you need a hair like Zash, head over to. If you need a beard like me, it's like put in some sponsors in there.
like random
There you
people.
go. They, like get paid, bro. Get paid for this podcast.
we gotta do that. And I think even with all those things being said, what are some of your own things that you do personally, like outside of crafted, that you just enjoy? You're like, yeah, this is me. This is what I like. What are some of your interests?
Jesus, tell us, Jesus, tell us.
In an effort to become more Christ-like, I've taken upon the way of the carpenter.
Documentary coming soon. The way of the carpenter. What?
Out on Netflix. What? April 28th. Come on.
Yeah, but no, I think that's just the latest form that it's taken. But I like being able to make stuff, especially stuff that has. I think what I like as I've gotten older, what I like most about photography is it's a giant puzzle. So there's all sorts of things that need to be in a certain way in order for the results to work the way it does. And I think that what's it called? Carpentry also does that. Like where I have to, if I do this part perfectly, but this part doesn't work, it's not. So I have to keep it's juggling a lot of different skills to make something. So I like the puzzle and the figuring it out. I think maybe if I became a really, really good carpenter, I'd probably quit and try and find something interesting, something weird.
On to the next.
Did you hear that?
On to the next one.
Gotta keep moving. Yeah.
But there's a long time before that would happen. In the same way with if I ever became the best photographer in the world, I'd stop.
Stop carpentry.
Yeah. I'm not
You're on your own there.
No, but I'm not the best.
CraftedMedia Guys.
No, but I think that's. But I feel like.
No, that makes sense. I hear you.
Yeah, but I feel that's. Maybe I'm bringing my own philosophies here, but I think that's how it should be. Like I think
it's reasonable.
I think you should always be striving to be like at this whatever. But then I think as the second that you are no longer challenged, you're no longer going to feel fulfilled.
That's true.
So why would you keep doing something? Like I don't believe in doing something just because you're good at it.
Yeah.
Like if you're not
They're not about it.
if you're not feeling fulfilled by it. Yeah.
Segway! So like Matt Fraser is the CrossFit champion of the world. So he's won it like 5 times in a row for the last like 5 years. And then literally he retired like end of this last season because he was like, I did the things. I'm done.
Achieved what I needed to
Michael
do.
So in terms
Schumacher.
of things that I'm about
Hey,
CrossFit right
but
now.
you didn't have like
James
Michael
Hunt's the F1
Schumacher.
guy.
I was trying to segue into my telling you.
No, none of that.
but like,
Because it's a
but
good
look,
point. Because Schumacher
You guys can
retired.
go for it.
Schumacher retired,
And then he
even-
came back.
Show.
But even what's it called? James Hunt. Also, as
Yeah.
soon as he got the title, he stopped. He stopped.
Nico
racing.
Rosberg did the same thing as well.
Yeah.
But Schumacher, the thing is, he retired and then he came back.
Yeah, same thing with Jordan, but even with Tyson. No, but I genuinely do believe because it depends on what it is. If you really are fulfilled, then I think there is and I think with F1 it's a bit different because every year the cars are different. So it's not like he was the best. Like the sport was dynamic enough for him to keep changing.
Yeah.
But like if there's no challenge in it anymore,
Then it's like whatever.
yeah, I think that's why people got frustrated with women's tennis for a while because the Williams sisters were just dominating
For days.
Yeah, and it's now interesting again.
Now got Naomi. Naomi.
Because now it's like I would probably bet my bottom dollar that if I was able to ask Serena, I think she's enjoying the sport now more because now it's more difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get that. Mr. CrossFit.
I'm just trying to tell you that I like CrossFit. That's all I was trying to segue into. But look, this is your podcast.
Yes, Nyogo.
No, bro.
These chairs are all the same height, but I'm the only one whose feet are touching the ground.
It's true. Zash has weirdly long limbs. We should like an outtake. On the green screen, we can put Zash in.
Nothing is coming onto this
his long
green
hands
screen.
and his long arms.
I can touch Mogo's nose.
Hey, what you know about that? What gets us going? Banter. We're all about the banter. Macomborero. Banter is life.
No, banter is supreme. Banter supreme.
Family.
Yeah.
I got a couple of kids, a wife. They're pretty cool. I enjoy time with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zash.
I
Besides carpentry.
have-
The way of the carpenter.
I have the junior family plan, so no kids yet. Just
Family light.
The junior family.
life, yeah. Family life.
With a $20 discount.
Trying to get too drunk here.
Exactly.
Keeping it.
Family compact. You know, DSTV things.
I like music.
Yeah.
Music's really cool. I actually want to get a guitar, like an electric guitar.
It's a vibe.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
I like church.
Church?
Church is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go Sundays?
I'm there every Sunday, kind of. Sometimes I take a Sunday off, but I'm not there a lot.
What do you do there?
If you know, you know.
That's it.
No, that's dope. It's dope. Thank you guys so much for coming through. This week we've had Crafted Media Guys. Crafted Media, Zash Crafts, Zash, as he says. That Gwi here.
Mr. Gwi. Thank you very much.
Pardon me. Pardon me.
I thought we
We've
just
had,
like Instagram names, just to helping you out.
We've had Mr. Gwi here.
Hands.
We're gonna put. I'm gonna put the IG
On the
handle.
green screen.
Nothing is going on to the green screen.
It's gonna be
Nothing.
it's gonna be so good, guys. Like
We're gonna download this episode if he doesn't put it and edit our own version.
the crafted cuts.
Head on to the YouTube.
You're just gonna redirect people to your own channel.
4 hours long. 4 hours long. And the effects are gonna be mild. Don't
Crazy effects. We might even CGI out my beard.
That'll be like seeing a hardened without his beard.
You'll see Marco with an afro.
Get 2020 vision so you can see the sound.
Wow. So yeah, that's.
Cheers, really loud.
Oh wow. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Do you have anything you want to say, parting words, or you're good to go?
Yeah, I mean we're ready for like our thing now, right?
Yeah,
It's
so
like-
you can go now.
I should.
yeah.
Yeah.
Chill.
Dreams aren't always bad. Buy them.
Anyway, welcome to On the Outside. I'm your host, Zash Chinara. I'm joined.
By Mr. Gwi.
Yeah.
And I'm their
We
guest.
told you. We
Marco.
told you. We told. It's alright. It will be fine. Your people. Chowli. Anyway.
Alright, guys. See you in the next episode. Thank you so much.